Okay, 14.7, comparing and ordering integers. So comparing, ordering are pretty similar. We've had comparing and ordering lessons probably 4, 5, 6 times already this year. When we're talking about comparing, we're talking about two numbers, such as what 11 through 20 looks like. When you are comparing, you use either the less than symbol, less than, if you forgot what they are, the greater than, and then of course the equal. So the mouth always eats the larger value. And when you're saying these with words here, you read it like a book. 4 is less than 6. 6 is greater than 4. So when you're picking or choosing here, it's just like reading a book. 4 is less than 6. 6 is greater than 4. Notice how my mouth, though, regardless of which way I put it, is eating the larger value. Right? So that's comparing. Ordering will involve 3 or more numbers. And basically, if I put a 7, a 4, and a 9 up there, and it could go either way. Sometimes they want you to go least to greatest, that's smallest to biggest, and other times they want you to go biggest to smallest. So when you're ordering, you want to make sure that you read the directions in the section and not list them all backwards. Otherwise, you'll lose points for that, of course, in your quiz. So just be very aware when you're doing the homework. Same deal. 9, 10, and 11, least to greatest. 12, 13, and 14, greatest to least. So both of those orders are very different. If I said least to greatest, well, 4 is smaller than 7, and that's smaller than 9. That's least to greatest. And if it said greatest to least, well, then I want the largest number first. That would be a 9, followed by a 7. The smallest value is a 4. So there's greatest to least. Right? Easy enough with that here. So, first part here just says choose the greater integer. In a sense, we're comparing here. But instead of using the greater than, less than, equal to symbols, we're merely identifying and just writing out the bigger value. So number 1 says positive 3, and then I got a positive 5. And the question is, which is the greater integer? I don't really think you need a number line for this one here, but still, if I went to my number line here and found them, well, there's positive 3, there's positive 5. The greater value is the one that's always farther to the right on your number line. So if I plotted those, there's my positive 5, there's my positive 3. Clearly, my 5 is farther to the right than my 3 on the number line. So if I said what's the greater value, I would say, or I could just circle it here, positive 5. Don't circle it in your book, or you can just circle here in your notes if you want here. Number 2 says 0 and negative 6. And same question. Wait for you here, whatever's going on.
You're in a bit of a jiffy.
A jiffy? I'm not cooked. Nothing that happened. Well, I mean, I know.
So 0, negative 6. Again, your number line is here to help you if you need it. 0 is right here. If I find negative 6, it's over here. And then I'm asking myself which point is farther to the right on the number line. And this point is certainly farther to the right than that point, therefore 0 has to be the greater value. So I can just circle 0 or write it there. Think you can do that? I'll give you 4 of them to try here. Feel free to use your numbering line. Again, you can plot the points visually if it helps you. That's what it's there for. That's why I gave it to you. So I'll give you 4 of them to try. Number 5, +2, -2. For your notes, I'd probably just write them out, and then you can just circle in your notes the greater value. That's fine. Number 7, -2, +4. Number 10, -3, -7. Number 12, -6, -2. What? Okay, tell me later here. Why don't you try these out here and see if you can figure out which one's greater than. You should be able to do some of this, Michaela. Uriah, you writing them out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I wrote out 1 through 12 already.
Oh, 1 through 12. 5, 7, 10, and 12. Write them out this way, circle the greater value. Use your number line if it helps you.
It was a little hard, so I kind of just. It's
All right. Number 5, which is the greater value? Uriah.
Number 5.
Yep.
+2.
Right, +2. If I use my number line, +2 is over here, -2 is over there. This point is farther to the right than that one. That one has to be the greater value. Number 7, George.
4.
Right, +4, greater than -2. Number 10, Roland. -3 is correct. So again, with 2 negatives, there's -3 right there. There's -7 over there. Clearly that point is farther to the right. Therefore, -3 is a greater value than -7. Number 12, Noah. -2. Good.
Wait, I think we just rolled it.
Huh? Did we?
Yeah.
What are the odds? Okay, same thing, 13 through 20. Basically identifying the greater value, but using your comparing symbols, greater than or less than. So we already talked about how those symbols function. I'll give you 4. You guys complete. 14. I got a +6. -5. There's 16, -11, -14, 17, -2, +6, number 19, -6, and 0. 14, 16, 17, and 19. This is where you should be writing these problems and then solving the problems. Yes, that's what you should do.
Mr. Melcher, is there an algebra name?
Yep. Every year there's more algebra than the year before it.
But you have to
You'll still have more algebra next year than you did this year. That won't change based on this year. Could be.
It probably is.
Can you just take my stick out? I don't think I'll be able to do anything.
It's impossible.
We'll do the best we can. Okay. All right. Number 14. What am I missing? Lauren.
Is it 6?
I'm looking for less than or greater than. Greater than. Correct. Number 16. Stella. Greater than. Yes. Number 17. Ella.
17, less than.
Less than. Number 19. Michaela. So if I plot those two numbers on my number line here, make a little dot above the 0 and the -6 on your number line. I think you're just guessing. But find your 0, find your -6, put two dots. Got it? Now which dot is farther to the right? The one over which number? Well, -6 is over here, the 0 is over here.
So 0.
Right. So 0 is farther to the right, therefore 0 is the bigger value.
That doesn't
So the mouth is eating what number?
0?
So we're talking about the less than symbol.
That doesn't
Less than
make
symbol.
sense. Well, negative numbers are smaller than 0.
Guys, shh, we don't have much left here. So there we go. Good with all that? All right, ordering again. I'm pretty sure you know what you need to do, right? You want me to explain it to you again?
No. Yes, please.
No. Least to greatest. So we'll give you a couple here. Give you 2 of them to try out. 3 of them actually. How about 23, 26, and 29?
Okay,
23, -1, -9, +2. Put those in order from least to greatest. 23, 26, +9, +8, -1. Oh, not 26. And 29. -4, +14, 0. 23, 26, and 29.
Looks like you tried to do multiples of 3, Mr. Melcher.
I just took a column over there.
Melcher.
And the multiples of 3 would have been 21, 24, and 27.
I know. It looked like you tried to do anything that could be a multiple of 3.
Right. Groups of 3.
Is our new principal gonna be on the, gonna be
Nice.
here like this?
Oh yeah, by the way, he's a soccer coach too.
Yeah, I know, he coaches with Wilder.
He's trying to get here a day, but you know he has his own classes
he's
to
still
teach.
technically the high school, secretary.
Well, not technically. He's a social studies teacher.
Oh, I thought,
Yeah, math people are either social studies or math. I mean, soccer coaches are either social studies or math, right?
Well, he's social studies, so
No, all
he
the
meets
time
that
around.
criteria. Okay. Got it? Least to greatest? Think you can do it? Who can?
Yeah.
All right, least to greatest. Help me out with the order. Lauren.
That is +2, -1, oh, least greatest. So that is -9, -1, and +2.
Right. All right. 26. Least to greatest. Ella.
-1, +8, +9.
Yep. 29. George.
Okay, -4, 0, 14.
Right. Good. All right. Last two. Same deal, but wait for it. Wait for it. Greatest to least.
Oh!
So now switch the right. I know. Big adjustment. Multiples of 3, 30 and 33. -3, +6, +5, and +8, -8, 0. Greatest to least.
Right, because both times now you no. And you accidentally fell out of your chair and broke your eraser.
I fall out of my chair. I walked out of my chair.
You hit the cardboard.
On purpose.
guys, is there somebody with bunions? Is that what it looks like?
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. 30. Greatest to least. Uriah.
+6, 5, -3. Don't
Perfect.
talk to me again.
Last one. 33. Stella.
30.
+8, 0,
got it? 15 minutes.